Welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends opinion. Let's share, collaborate, but most of all, let's fight.
Welcome Raiders, hopefully you're having a great day. And we're here to talk about the latest update. We got to talk about 11.50, the newly released update. It's been out for over 24 hours now, and it is just a mess. This is good intentions gone wrong. While some of the features I've been waiting for the most are here, like being able to actually sort my gear by gear that does not have speed, which was one of my biggest complaints since I've been trying to look at my gear ever since I started playing the game, are here. The number of bugs and issues with this update is simply unacceptable. So let's see what we need to go over. What am I talking about for? First of all, let's go right to the gear screen. So here we are, the gear screen, and immediately, as you can see, you get this blank row over here. Where you can't see the gear, and as you scroll up it starts loading. It's a problem, and this is basically a bug that shouldn't be there. And what happens is when you are at the end of your screen, see how sluggish the game is and the gear. This is very annoying. It's impossible to look at. Where I was trying to sell gear, if you try to sell the pieces at this bottom row that populate over here while you're holding the screen up, you can't grab these pieces even if you use two hands. It basically becomes impossible because they won't stay on the screen, right? So it's very hard to deal with not even being able to hold the screen up to get these pieces. No matter how I try to push it, what I do, it's a pain. This shouldn't be happening. This slug screen, this blank row here, it's almost like Raid doesn't test their changes, doesn't go through their updates, right? They should have some rigorous testing going on, making sure that once they release an update, players aren't gonna have a completely terrible experience. Are we beta testers for them? Because this shouldn't be happening, right? The number of crashes that I have experienced in the game so far has just been ridiculous. It is the worst I have ever seen, with the game crashing while I'm on live arena trying to go into an arena session. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it used to happen before where it just gets stuck on the loading screen and then it crashes, so I have to quit out of the game because it goes on for 20 minutes and then it shows as I lost my fight and left the battle. But now it's crashing while I'm raiding any dungeon. I'm doing dungeon content, I'm on any other area of the game. It just randomly gets stuck on the screen and nothing happens. The game is basically frozen and you got to quit out of it. Now, I'm playing on Android. I can't tell you what the experience for people is on the Apple devices, but it also happens for me on the PC version of my computer. So it's clearly a bug throughout the game that they need to fix. And there are major bugs with this release. For example, yesterday we had the event for SandDevil, right, where you get to collect oils from the SandDevil and the Shogun here, from the Phantom Shogun and the SandDevil. And as soon as I went into it, which I left it for the last day, then I learned, unfortunately, that my regular SandDevil team was broken. So normally I had to go and fix it. So this is my regular SandDevil team. Let's see, where is she? And I'm gonna show you exactly what's happening here. It's Lydia. This is my normal SandDevil team, and I couldn't do SandDevil because it was failing every time. So I had to come in here and basically watch the fight to see what's happening. I almost don't want to waste the energy, but we're gonna do it for the sake of the video. So here we go, we're gonna go on auto. And this team is gonna fail. I didn't put the preset for Lydia, but you know what? I'm just gonna show you what's happening. So this is what's happening. When you hit the SandDevil now with an AOE attack, it counts as 2 hits rather than 1. And this is the problem. That shouldn't be the case. A single hit AOE attack like Lydia's A2 should not count as 2 hits. But notice, we have 8 here. We're gonna hit her. It's gonna go down to 6. Well, it looks like they fixed it. Did they fix this last night? Let's see. This was also 2 hits. So, right, AOE attack. So Mad Hatter's AOE attack, which is 1 hit, is counting as 2 hits. Right, so these are going down, and every time I'm hitting him with an AOE attack from most champions is counting a 2-hit. It was happening with Lydia. I'm not sure why that didn't happen here. Let's see if we can just kill him off right now. There we go. We're gonna do another run here. And we're gonna try it again. All right, so we're gonna try it. We're gonna increase speed. And this is a team which always does SandDevil without problem. See how it went from 8 to 6 right here? So that AoE attack from Lydia counted as 2 hits. We have a attack all enemies, single hit, right? AoE attack from the Mad Hatter, but watch what's gonna happen. It's gonna go from 6 to 4. It counted as 2 hits. So he did his 2 hits as well. So it went from 6 all the way to 2. And now this is a 2-hit attack, so it's fine. But now the SandDevil's gonna come up. I lost all my chances because of those 2 hits, and it's dead. And the Mad Hatter can't take him down, right? Because AoE attacks, for whatever reason, are counting as 2 hits now since the update, right? So this is what broke my team when I wasted over 400 energy trying to keep doing it in the background over, and it kept failing. And then I had to come in and keep staring at it and trying to figure out what was going on. And eventually I just realized, I was like, well, why is the counter going down? That's what happens when I don't pay attention. I went in with the wrong ability. Let's see if we can get her to do her revive. Yeah, we're gonna get back to our base to do the revive again. Here we go. All right, we locked out there. All right, so what can we waste here? SB2. All right, SandDevil kills everybody. We're back up, and now we don't have the increased attack from our base. So because I used it first by mistake. But now watch this. We got the counter at 8. We're gonna do the AoE attack. Went down to 6. Why? It is a single hit AoE attack. It shouldn't be counting as 2 hit. It should be counting as 1. Same thing with the Mad Hatter. AoE attack. Now it's gonna count as 2 hits. Watch this. And he's gonna send him here. He's also gonna do 2 hits. This is gonna go from 6 to 2. That shouldn't be the case. Now watch. That should be a single hit. Now we did a single hit. So I don't know what's happening here. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but none of these AoE attacks should count as 2 hits. That is just not the way it's supposed to work. We're gonna restart it again, show this again. So we had a fail with Lydia once where it counted as 1 hit. Now with the Mad Hatter, it counted as 1 hit, but most of the time it's counting as 2 hits. So it's not consistent, but some interaction here is broken because this attack all enemy has a 75% chance of placing a decreased defense and a weaken and a strengthen and a increased speed. Look, there's nothing. Both all allies for 2 turns. There's nothing that should indicate that this is 2 hits, right? But watch this. And it happens with any AoE attack that you bring. Oops, I did it at the wrong time again. Oh, it's because I used the wrong skill. You know what? We're just gonna restart. Wasn't even paying attention. Here we go. All right, so we're gonna restart. Now watch this. We're gonna go with the reviving everyone. We're back up. This is what happens. All right, so now we're gonna put our increased attack. Lydia, as we said, this should be 1 hit. Let's see what happens. We're at 8, down to 6, 2 hits, right? Mad Hatter, again, this is a 1-hit AoE attack, right? Let's see it. Down to 4, counted for 2. Now he does his 2 hits. Look at this. Now when he goes again, I'm gonna lose all my turns and everybody's gonna die because it's gonna be the turn from the SandDevil, right? So this is the problem. It's broken. I can actually manage to kill him now because our base didn't go down. But, right, it's gonna take a while. But that should not be happening. I should not be losing turns because of some bug that they did where they just didn't test what they're happening. So something's broken here. Plarium needs to go recheck their code, recheck what they did. That they completely ruined SandDevil. I lost so much energy yesterday because of this. And it was so aggravating. It took so long for me to figure out what was going on, why I couldn't finish SandDevil with the team that I've been doing it forever, my SandDevil 25 team. It is just right. Why do we have to test the game for Plarium? Right? They have their team, they have their stand, they put out an update. Right? They should be running tests and making sure that they're not putting out trash. But they don't seem to care. So here we go. Once again. All right. Let's see. It's gonna take me forever to get the SandDevil down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause to get them down, win this, and come back to the video for you guys. Give me a second. All right, we're back. This is the last time I'm gonna do it, just to show what's happening here. You know, there's only so much energy I can afford to waste throwing Plarium what they did wrong, but I can't be the only person doing SandDevil here, right? So here we go. We put on our revive, everybody's dead. We jump back up. Here we go, increase accuracy, increase attack. AOE attack is gonna count as 2 hits for whatever reason, right? That shouldn't be happening, that interaction. Mad Hatter's AOE attack, once again, 2 hits. Well, now it counted for 1, so, you know, sometimes it counts for 2, twice it's counted for correctly for 1. So we need a statement for Plarium as to what's going on, when they're gonna fix this, fix their bugs, let us play our game correctly, right? Because this level of bugs is just unacceptable, right? And players shouldn't have to lose energy, lose resources because they didn't check their game before releasing it, right? And it is sluggish throughout the game. When you go into dungeons, it is freezing up. Not during background battles, but during active battles when you're live. So someone who Plarium actually watches their video, please tell Plarium to fix SandDevil, fix all their bugs so we can have a working game. Test their updates before they send them out. Test every area, not just the changes you're making. It's ridiculous. Look, I'm happy that Plarium finally decided to make changes and implement things that should have been here 7 years ago. You know, 5 years ago, 4 years ago. Auto-equip gear, things that players have been making, third-party apps and third-party applications to be able to sort and view simply because they're necessary in the game and they were missing, right? I'm happy to see they finally put it in, but you know, it should have been here a long time ago, right? This ability to come in here and say, I want to see my gear without speed. This was a necessity, right? I want to be able to go in here and now say gear 0 to 4 and all this. To me, this is going to be pretty much trash. I want to sell most of this because I don't need it. So I'm going to review this gear instead. By being able to sort like this was necessary. I'm happy it's here, but it shouldn't lead to a broken game, right? The game shouldn't be broken. It's that simple. They should have tested this. This is very obvious here. This loading screen, this sluggishness, it just looks horrible when you're scrolling up, not being able to select gear. That shouldn't be happening. So Plarium, please go release an update and fix these issues, especially when a main area of the game is simply not working. Someone needs to point this out to them. I'm not sure why they released their updates this way, but from now on, they should be trying to test their updates before they release them. There's just way too many bugs, way too many crashes to be acceptable. Anyways, I don't want to make this video too long. I don't want to spend a half an hour complaining. These are just some of the main bugs that I've seen. If you see the game crashing for you, getting stuck constantly, you know, just let Plarium know. Go on Discord, tell them what's happening so they can fix this as soon as possible, because it's simply ridiculous that we got to be beta testers for every release for the game. And when main areas of the game like SandDevil are not working as intended, it's a big issue. I'm very upset about how much energy I lost yesterday. You know, it takes a lot to save energy to be doing things. Now I don't have enough energy to basically do my spider run, right? So I got very little energy, about 10 more runs of hard, and I got all of this to do. So it's gonna be hard, all because I lose energy just because the game isn't working correctly. So hopefully Plarium will fix it sooner rather than later, and we'll have a better experience. It won't be as sluggish, and SandDevil will be fixed. I know they don't watch my videos. This is a small channel, but you know, anybody that watches this, please point it out to them on Discord. let Plarium know that the game right now is broken and this is unacceptable. Thank you for stopping by the channel. I hope you, if you're doing SandDevil, please update your teams. Try not to have champions that do AOE attack, because they're gonna count as 2 hits for now until Plarium fixes it. And be careful so you don't waste as much energy as I did. Have a great day. Sorry about the constant negative messages, but there are a lot of issues with this game. So hopefully the rest of your day will go fine, and adjust your teams accordingly so you're not end up losing energy like I did. All right, have a great day. Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching, Raiders. Now if you can please share, like and subscribe, then go fight throughout Plarium.